All right, I'm trying this again. All right, let's try this again, peoples. I don't know what it's doing or if it's working, but we're going to try. And I'm not sure if Nightbot works because I'm on my phone. But I'm going to see. I'm the only one watching. All right. Let's see. Can I find something to set this on? Hello, Teresa Louise. Will it sit there and work for me? Yeah, I hope so. My techie stuff dropped out on me. I don't know if it was my camera that died or if Zoom gave me the fit. But I figured, okay, let's see what we can do. I couldn't get my camera to come back in. Hey, Sylvia. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to drop out on everybody. Doing a little wiping down now. So I think that where I was at was I was going to try to move my scan and cut. Oh, yeah. I went live on Zoom on my computer. And I have the same camera that Lori was trying to work with earlier on her live. And all of a sudden it just dropped everything. I was sitting here and I'm like, okay, now I'm gone. So I tried a couple times to get back in using that. And it didn't work. So I'm plan Bing it. Or C, D, E, I'm not even sure. I tried several times. And then all I'm doing is basically, oh, I've got the phone now, so I'm gonna turn the camera around. I'm cleaning up this little area because I think that I want to put the scan and cut right here. Hopefully you can see that. Because I'm gonna need to hook the scan and cut up to the computer with a cable. And when I pulled my yoga mat that I have been keeping on there off, there was some, I don't know, something got spilled here. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So I'm trying to get that cleaned up before I move the scan and cut. But when I touched that camera that's sitting right there, it dropped me off of Zoom. Hey, Tracy. So I may have killed the camera. I hope not. I got it to work again, but it wouldn't go live on Zoom through my computer. So I said, hey, let's try something else. So that's what tech issues are. You just punt, right? Hanging laundry. I love laundry hung on a line, even if the line's on the porch. We have a huge line in the yard. And when we moved in, we were planning on using it. But dirt road, cows, lots of birds that hang around the cows. We hang laundry on the porch if we hang laundry out. You cannot hang it outside unless you want insects and bird dew. The people next to us run, well, when we first moved in, they were running 600 head of cattle on that land. And that's a lot of birds. So I got all that cleaned up, except for that little red spot. I haven't figured out what that is. I don't know if that's off the back of that yoga mat or what. But I have a long extension cord running back there. And that extension cord is where I plug everything in on my computer and my lights and all that stuff. So let's see if I could put me back here. Can't see my whole room now, unfortunately, but you can at least see me clearly, maybe too clearly. Looking at that picture going, ooh, right up in my face. You can tell if I've had dental work done recently, right? Yeah, I managed to come back for a little bit. Like I said, I'm working on my to-do list today. I really kind of want this space right here beside me as a work surface. Nope, I'm going to use it for the scan and cut because if I've got my cutting area cleared over there behind me, then I can use that as a work surface, and that works better for filming because I have more room to put things up there. So is everybody still able to see me and hear me? I hope so. Oh, would somebody do me a favor and see if Nightbot is working with me having gone live through my phone? Or I guess I could do it. Aw, I'm sorry that your back's not feeling good, Sylvia. Did you get to shop for anything fun? This I can't. Does that give you a better picture? I'll be done farting with it in a second, Teresa. Sorry. Ugh. Food shopping isn't really all that fun. Whoops. Oh, that does look better. Thanks, Teresa. I appreciate that. I just got to find a way to get it to stay up there for us. Yeah, it gives you a wider picture. I'll be done messing with it in just a second. Sorry. I'm going to try to stand it up there so it'll just stand and not have to. I hate food shopping. It's not so bad. Whoops. What we've got going right now. It's not so bad because that's still sideways. You got a boob shot? I got boobs. That's for sure. Anyway, it's not as bad right now because I can do it online. There we go. I want you bigger. I can do the grocery shopping online. Is that a little better, Teresa? And then we just pick it up. But I hate going into the store. Hubby hates going into the store. We're both like, yeah, this is old. Especially around here. Right at the start of COVID, of the pandemic, there was a huge music festival out here in our town. I'm sideways now. There was a huge music festival in our town, and young people from all over the country came out here. And so I had to go into Walmart, I think, to pick up medicine. And we walked through Walmart and there was like all these people, no masks, barely dressed because it's Florida and it's hot. And we were both like, oh my, what a mess. It was horrible. Horrible, horrible. Hi, Karen. Hi, Karen. And then this is what I think I want to put down underneath my scan and cut, because I like to keep something underneath machinery that's on the counter. I think I'm going to put my little cat mat down. That rhymes. And it's just made from 2.5. It's made from 2.5-inch squares. What are you doing, stupid thing? That just needs to be turned off. My old phone, I'm planning on keeping it to use as a camera, but I don't need it to pick up text messages and stuff. Isn't it cute, Tracy? I don't know. Teresa, did you make a mat similar to this? I'm trying to think of if this was a project that I imitated somebody. I'm pretty sure that it is. But what I did was I had a bunch of scraps left over when I made my Farm Girl vintage. And I went looking and I found somebody who had just taken and done it like this. And I thought, well, this is cute. So I think I want the squares up, but I like having the alternate of being able to put the cats down. They look kind of summery with their little hats and stuff. Let's see if I can get that up there where you guys can see it. See, on the beach chair. And then that guy's got his little sun hat. And I think, well, it says kitty pack on it, but it kind of looks like he's wearing a fanny pack. Wasn't you? Hmm. Well, then I don't know who I watched do it, but I thought it was cute and it was appropriate. My only concern about putting the scan and cut over here is, will it have enough distance behind it for the mat to go in and out? I still need to cut that other fabric up, but it's not top priority now. So Karen, what kind of trouble are you getting into today? I'm gonna slide over this way and try to turn you guys a little bit so you can still see me. That's what I get for thinking I'd have a clue what I'm doing, right? There we go. Should be a little better. I'm trying to watch it on YouTube at the same time so that I can see if there's any problems. Sylvia, I'm pretty sure it was, you don't have Walmart in England, but at least I don't think you do, but I'm pretty sure it was a Walmart fabric for that kitty cat stuff. Let's see if I don't really want to unplug that camera. But I do want to put the mat down. Robbing hubby to pay the mortgage. Thankfully, we don't have a mortgage. When we bought this property, we specifically did that so we wouldn't have a mortgage, because if crap hits the fan, which every other week they're saying it's going to, but if it hits the fan, we want to make sure that nobody can come take our house. And we don't plan on leaving until they take us out boots first. So that's that was our goal whenever we bought it. Didn't want to have to deal with anything except the tax man. And we wouldn't deal with him if we could get away with it. Yeah, I was thinking about that. There probably aren't any Walmarts in the UK. I'm not sure what to suggest. Maybe look online. I don't have any selvages of that. You're looking for a layer cake and can't find it. Is it a specific one? I always find that when I'm looking for something, I quit looking for it and I go look for something else. Because that's how my brain works. When I start looking for something else, I always find the original item that I was looking for. Ah, thank you, Nightbot, or whoever puts up. Sylvia, thank you. But I always find that I find it when I start looking for something else. Okay, so I'm trying to look above it because there are some tools that don't fit inside the brother, like the mats. I think I'd like to hang them from the pegboard that's up there. Gonna bring you guys around so you can see. Turning, and there's my pegboard. And it is not as organized. Like, as you can see, I have some rope in a couple of different places. And I have right above where the scan and cut will sit, which is right here on this mat. I would like to have a spot to hang the cutting mats and all that for the scan and cut. Sub is the only command that seems to be working. Try exclamation Teresa. Sylvia, I thought it had exclamation Sylvia too. Ooh, I am really not trying to drop you guys. So of course, the harder I try not to drop you, the faster I do. And I thought I had everybody from the cheat sheet in there. Teresa worked. They should all be working though, Sylvia. Now it does have a 5-second delay between how often you can use it. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to. There we go. There's the bot commands, Sylvia. But if you're on a phone, you may not be able to pull them up to look. Let's try this. Because I spelled Steph with an R. That's not a good thing. You're getting sneak peeks at my room though and how messy it is with me. See, I want to clear that shelf that's up behind me off. because I want to move my pre-made quilts and or my bolts of fabric up there. All of that stuff up there is things that I can either get rid of or condense and say goodbye to. You're almost looking at my nose. Why didn't somebody tell me? Let's see. Take that off of there. But I need to move the brother. That's the next thing I got to do. And I think Teresa's going to come on in about a half an hour or so. We were chatting earlier and she said she thought she might. It's not set in stone, but it was a maybe I will. I've got to put you on the list, Sylvia. I just made myself a note of that. I thought I already had you on there. I did go through and put in, I thought everybody that was on Colleen's cheat sheet, but I will make sure that that's fixed because I want you on there. I do not want to play with that. Sylvia belongs on my list. As far as I thought, I put all of the stuff that Colleen has on her cheat sheet in there. I think there was one I didn't put in, but it's somebody that I've never heard of. Oh, the lady that she won the RoboVac from, because I seriously doubt that lady's ever going to be in a chat. But let's do this. Oh, of course, Sylvia. You belong on my list, darling. You definitely belong on my list. Let me do this and go ahead and put you in for the chat today. If it'll let me open up while I'm live and put that in. Sylvia. I bet you hated Dr. Hook, didn't you, Sylvia? All right, let me set you down for just a second. Make sure you can still see me. I'm going to add that command right now while I'm, because I've got the dashboard open, so I should be able to do it. And then we'll try it and make sure it works. How's that? Okay, Sylvia, give it about 5 seconds and then put exclamation point Sylvia. I would smack him. It's okay if it's kind of like, I love that song. Always have. So I like the name Sylvia. I like the name Sarah. I must have had children named Sylvia and Sarah in a previous life, but I hate the name, the Sweet Melissa song. Hey, Beth, how are you? I'm just chit-chatting around here today. Playing in my, well, not playing, but doing some work in my sewing room, trying to get my brother scan and cut put in a spot where it'll work, etc., etc. And also fixing some issues with my Nightbot. Have you seen this thing yet? I love Dr. Hook. I like the song. I just, Sweet Melissa, the woman wasn't sweet. Yeah, have you seen this bot yet, Beth? It works on Discord, on Zoom. I believe it works on Restream. Beth, if you send Colleen C. Norton an email or a message, she'll send you a link to a video. Type in exclamation point commands. It'll bring, you can click on that link even as a non-moderator, and once it comes up, and it'll show you what I've got programmed in for commands for my channel. It. Teresa's using it. Colleen has got it on her channel. Stephanie at Memoirs of a Long Arm Quilter. I thought it was from Streamlab too, Beth. I agree. And Colleen found this Nightbot for us. We found a couple of things that are not great, but they're fixable. But it's free, and it was fairly easy to program. Colleen, TNCN. Yeah, Sylvia's got it. You haven't done a live since you set yours up though, right, Sylvia? And that's Colleen's channel. You probably have her email. She's probably in your text message box driving you crazy. Yeah. Colleen is the best. And she found this one for us for free. And what it does is it lets it be, like if one of your mods isn't there, the Nightbot will catch trolls for you. It'll keep people from spamming your chat with lots and lots of emojis, and from doing caps lock. Colleen's video that she's got, yeah, we'll walk you through it. But Colleen's got the link for it, and it's private. So if you just send her a message, I'm sure she'll send you a link for it. Well, Sylvia, when you do get it set up, you'll like it. It's not tough. And Colleen's offered to help people get it set up with that video, and possibly with the one-on-one if the video doesn't work. Yeah, I got that troll faster than Kim, and I think Kim Burris is the fastest troll catcher I've ever seen. And Kim was in chat. She got one and the Nightbot got the other. You're very welcome. And what that does is, like, if it's like you do a lot of late night lives, Beth, if you wanted to put in a link to a pattern that you're using, like when you and Heather do your lives, you could put in exclamation point pattern. And when somebody asks, what's that pattern? You could just type in exclamation point pattern, and it would automatically put up whatever you've preset in there. Yeah. Thank you for subscribing to Sylvia. We're trying to get, have you checked out Quilting in the Country, Beth? She's like 2 away from 100 subscribers. So we're trying to get her up there too. Sylvia's getting closer. Lori's getting closer. So if you haven't checked out Lori, would you take a look at hers as well? She's really nervous still. And I think you're already, yeah. Are you guys all over the ick that you had, Beth? Aw, thank you very much, Beth. You're at 85, Sylvia. You're getting there. Yeah. Well, if you check her out and you are interested, oh, awesome. Awesome. That's great. She's just now starting to feel a little bit more comfortable on camera, but today she had tech issues, and I felt so bad for her because I had tech issues today too. It really stinks when you hit those. Yeah. Okay, guys. Anybody got anything else they want me to show or talk about or tell? Oh, thank goodness. 3 kids all sick and you at the same time. That is just a recipe for disaster. I'm moving the camera, so I'm gonna try to get it back up here again. What I'm using I'm using my phone because my computer and my camera I normally use for Zoom are mad at one another. So I'm trying to find something else that's gonna work to hold my phone up. And my big thing for today is trying to I'm doing the scrap live with you guys. Yep. I don't know if you can tell, my scenery has changed, Beth. I moved back into my regular sewing room so that I can close the door, because when I'm live and hubby's on a conference call, it gets kind of loud. And then the dog likes to run through the kitchen back and forth, and you can hear her little feet. It sounds like mice. So I'm trying to move in here, be able to do this. Hey again, Teresa. So I'm reworking some things. I have just literally put together some scraps. I haven't chosen any particular block to do it. I think Donna's doing 9 patches, and I've been doing some basic tutorials for basic blocks. I may tie all of those into my scrap quilt, but I quilt scraps together anyway. You know, like when I get done with a project, if I have some odd scraps, I'll go ahead and sew them into a piece of fabric. So I may just literally square up my scrap blocks that I have. Hey, Shirley. And if that doesn't work, let me know and I'll add you in, but it should work. It should. There you go. But anyway, I may just cut mine into blocks and then go ahead and sash and cornerstone. Oh yeah, isn't that a pain? And I'm trying to figure out my machine placement because, hold on, I'm gonna move the camera, guys. I have got in here my Flourish, my Baby Lock Jazz. Over there I have a cover stitch and a serger. And then I've got fabric behind the quilt that's hanging up. And there's my cutting table. And right now the Brothers Scan and Cut is sitting on it. And then there is the space that I want to put the Scan and Cut into. Teresa, aren't you doing that? Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out my spatial arrangement, reduce the visual clutter somewhat in here, because while I think things look fairly okay when I'm just looking, there is a lot of visual clutter, and on camera it looks worse than it does. Sylvia, I think it's more the size of the quilt that he wants us to be able to do something that's going to be put together in about an hour. Hey, Janine. Oh, well, I know there's 6 in it. I don't know. Maybe send Sean a message if you're interested. He may have done the people that he did based on who was lower on subscriber rates at that time. And I'm still on the low end of that. I'm thinking he was trying to do, I hate that camera. I think he was trying to do people who were under 1,000 to help push. And you're over 1,000, which is great. I saw the other day you're over 1,700, almost to that next 1,000 marker. I'm going to quit moving the camera. I'm just holding it in my hand now on top of the computer, the laptop, so that it doesn't bounce anymore. But you weren't deliberately left out, I promise. I think literally, like I said, he's just trying to do it to help all of us maybe grow a little bit. Well, I hope you're not upset. If you're upset, I'll bring you onto my live any day of the week, or join you on yours, or we'll make new lives just to have you on. We won't do that. We don't want people upset. That's not the goal. That is not the goal. We want to be fun and friendly and have a good time. And if we're not having a good time, then we need to try something else. Yeah, Donna got a big boost from her State Firefighters Association. Apparently, they put out links to her channel. She's a past president for the state, though. So I think maybe that they did that as a nicety. So she did great on subscribers. I think that's awesome. I don't have those kind of contacts, but I'm happy for her. Yep. We always try to be kind. Shirley's only done a couple of lives so far, Janine, but she's working on it. Amanda, as in Sean's wife. I believe that I put Amanda and Sean both in Sean's link because we always post them together. Yeah. Dog Mom Knits, that's her name. I like watching her. Shirley, around to it. I don't think she's done any lives, but she might in the future. Shirley, if you're still here, can you answer that for Janine? Janine, the one thing about Shirley, even if she doesn't do lives, when Shirley does projects, she is precise and meticulous about them. So if you want to learn how to do something exactly the right way, Shirley is the person to go watch. Hey, Steph, super sassy Steph. How was you today? Did you get you some green fabric? Steph got to go shopping today. Shirley, I can't wait till you do a test live. It'll be nice. It'll be fun. Yeah. Well, that's the idea, Janine, is to share people with you that you might enjoy watching. Ooh, I like that. Yes, Stephanie. You know, when it comes down to it, Janine, we all do things differently. We all teach things differently. So I'm a little more slapdash than some of the other sewers. You know, if I make a mistake, I'll sit there and decide how important it is to me. Since stress is a big factor for me with my arthritis issues, a lot of times I'll let things slide that I might not have when I was younger. And so, you know, I get, oh, well, I would have fixed that. Some people would, some wouldn't. But Shirley and Yvette and Wendy at Gypsy Woman, they're all very precise quilters and very precise piecers. Yeah, and we do all learn differently. So I'm never upset if somebody wants to go watch. Like I watched 5 or 6 people do the chicken salad quilt before I did mine. And, you know, there's other people doing it now besides me. Right now, I'm not watching anybody else do chicken salad because I'm still in the process of putting mine together. When I'm done, I may go watch some other people do it, but I don't want to accidentally copy somebody else. But yeah, everybody does learn differently. when I went to learn how to crochet, I couldn't learn it when I was a kid. And then I finally, about 3 years ago, started watching different crochet teachers on YouTube. And I watched, hold on, I got to get a drink. I watched the crochet crowd, and I watched a couple of different, I watched a left-hander because I thought, well, I'm right-handed. But, maybe if I watch somebody who does it the other way, it'll make more sense. I finally found a gal named Jada and Stitches, and I learned how to crochet from her. Something about the way she teaches clicked in my head. And I watched several others who are considered really good. Yeah, I haven't seen that video yet from Beth. I did see that it was up, but I haven't had a chance to watch it. I really thought that I had to have that sew along ready for tomorrow. That's why I was concentrating on getting that 1 yard fabric cut out and everything. But yeah, Beth's a good teacher on FPP. I like watching Yvette do foundation paper piecing too, but Yvette's doing projects that are astronomically far out in the wilderness that I'm never going to attempt. I would not do a Judy Niemeyer. I don't think that's even something that's in my wheelhouse. Your seahorse quilt was gorgeous, Sylvia. And I was sitting here going, what on earth is positional language? I would have never thought to call it that. And yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Esther. I mean, I'm getting closer to believing that finished is better than perfect. One of my chicken salad blocks, I flipped the chicken completely. And I did the chicken salad block on a live, and I'm sitting there and looking, or no, when I was recording it, I sat there and I realized I had flipped it, and I looked at it, and I thought, nope, I'm going with it. Wasn't worth my time to turn around and take it. Stephanie, you go, girl. I will watch and follow along and cheer you on. Not my thing. So did you do that for a teacher? Is it like going to hang on a wall so she can show that to the kids? But yeah, everybody does learn differently. I think a lot of people teach different ways. I'm more about teaching you how to do it in a way that's practical for you and not super expensive, and this is the tips and tricks that work for me. Oh, good for you, Shirley. Oh, okay, Sylvia. See, we call that babysitters here, but child minding sounds better and closer to what they do. I actually put together one in the Brother Scan and Cut software that I've got on one of my design boards in my design board video. Ooh, Janine, if there's a certified teacher in your guild, she spent a lot of time getting certified. But Shirley, I saw a block I liked online. I went into the Brothers Scan and Cut software and designed it out. And now I'm using the Scan and Cut software to cut some of my scraps into that. From baby to 4 years old. How many does she take at a time? Is there a limit? Like, does she have 4 or 8, or I can't even imagine. Babies would be 8 a day. Ooh, she's brave, Sylvia. Yeah, Yvette was talking about what's required to become a Judy Niemeyer teacher. And it's like a 10-year journey and super expensive by the time you take all the classes that are required. So definitely that's a lot of work, and she's had a lot of training if she's a certified teacher. So yeah. Okay, guys, I am going to say goodbye. I mean, I apologize that we had to do a take 2 on this, but I need to figure out if that computer works. And I also had, like I said, I had a hint that Teresa Louise might go on later this afternoon. So I'm going to get off of here, get that Brothers Scan and Cut moved, and go ahead and do a little bit of ironing and cutting on that fabric for that sew along that I'm going to do with Donna and Colleen. And I also have some scrap sewing that I need to still do for the sew along for Sean. But that's, whoops, trying to make sure I keep my face in camera. Karen, you have a great rest of your day too. And Teresa, if you go on, I will be there with bells on. I got to get another drink too. My cup just ran out and I'm hoarse. You guys are going to be listening to a frog in a minute. So everybody have a great day. You take care too, Tracy. Thank you very, very much for showing up and spending time with me and putting up with my camera issues today. Bye, guys. Have a great day.